Groenere Europese bedrijven die nauwelijks of geen CO2 uitstoten en duurzame producten en diensten op de markt brengen. Dat is de bedoeling van de Europese Green Deal. Maar zo'n klimaatneutrale en circulaire economie vereist de steun van de industrie.
What we've been trying to do with the whole of the Commission policy is to have a kind of coherent whole. So when you hear the industrial strategy and you hear the Green Deal, you need to see them as very connected. How can we, as an economy, as a society, combat that climate change while at the same time ensuring the standard of living that our people expect and offering opportunities for our companies, our entrepreneurs, our citizens?
De nieuwe Europese industriële strategie zet daarom hard in op de groene en de digitale transformatie van onze industriële bedrijven. Door het aanbieden van betaalbare, propere technologie en het ontwikkelen van nieuwe businessmodellen wil Europa de industrie helpen om haar ecologische voetafdruk te verkleinen en tegelijk competitief te blijven.
I think most entrepreneurs recognize this, that if you're going to stay competitive, it's not just the European regulation that's going to change and the expectations of our consumers with regard to the sustainability of materials, but it's also those of our key markets. Canada, the US, India, we're going to need to evolve and to become more sustainable. And so in working in this way, we need to ensure that our companies get ahead of the curve. They're constantly meeting these new changes. So it's about global competitiveness in making this green and digital transition.
Voor deze groene en digitale transitie heeft de Europese Unie maatregelen uitgewerkt op maat van 14 specifieke ecosystemen.
The ecosystem approach is designed to give a new lens on how we look at the economy. You have the micro lens of the individual entrepreneur and SMEs. You have the macro lens of the macroeconomic approach. But by looking at a bunch of sectors together in terms of the connections, say within tourism, hotels, restaurants, transport, we see the connections. So this allows us to take a more tailored approach that reflects their individualities. The green transition that the tourism sector and the creative industry sector is going to go through is going to be very different from that of the energy-intensive industry sector. So we have to reflect that and tailor our approach to those individualities, whilst having a kind of common horizontal approach.
KMO's kunnen voor advies bij deze transitie aankloppen bij het Enterprise Europe Netwerk Vlaanderen.
I think the issue for each individual SME is going to be different. And so this is why it's important that they do their own analysis of their sustainability, of their waste efficiency, of their use of their energy efficiency, and talk to advisors. This is why I'm happy that the Enterprise Europe Network, including the FLYO in Flanders and FIT, are working with there and are there to help individual companies to assess their needs, and why we introduce what we call sustainability advisors under the new Enterprise Europe Network to give that tailored advice to individual companies. If you don't make this transition competitively, you're going to find it harder to get the business that you're looking, because I think more and more of your customers are going to be looking for environmental safeguards, are going to be looking that your suppliers are ethical. So I think you really have to question your long-term business model, that you're going to find it harder and harder. It's not just some issue of regulation, it's the expectations of our customers out there. So it's in your vital economic interest to make this change. Climate change is bad news for you. It's, if we can address climate change, that means better business for you.